Welcome back to the channel. Tonight we got a fun episode. We are going to be taking two Maker's Mark picks, both from the same store, that is Dodd's Wine Vault. And we're going to be taking a look at the old style label, which you're going to see here, versus the new style. Both of these bottles are in a similar proof range. We have 108 on this one and 110 on this one. Now with these and these store picks, all of the staves are going to be different. I'll talk about which is made up of which in each of these bottles. So there's probably going to be some differences, but in this head-to-head, I want to find out between these two picks which is better. So we'll take a look, and I think consistently the Maker's Mark picks, if you're looking for a great weeded cast strength bourbon, these always meet the mark. I don't think I've ever had a bad Maker's pick. Let me know if you've had a bad one in the comments. I haven't had one yet. I have a bunch of them that are incredible. Shout out to Josh. I've got to try some of the Maker's picks. He's got an incredible selection of Makers and Maker's picks. But so many of them are just good. I think they deliver. You get a lot of those sweet notes that you can pick up from some of the Buffalo Trace Weeders like Weller. But I think it's a great value, great bottle. So I figured, hey, let's look at the old label versus the new. And let's see which is better. Both coming out of the same store. I'll be curious to see, obviously, they have an part in picking these barrels, which comes out on top. So for the old label here, they actually don't list what the staves are, but they list them on the back. I'll talk about those and I'll flip the bottle over. So it looks like we have 2 seared French Cuvée, 2 Makers 46, 5 roasted French Mocha, and 1 toasted French spice stave. So that's a pretty big, heavy-hitting mix of finishes there with the staves. And then for the new label, on this one, we have 6 seared French Cuvée, 3 Maker's Mark 46, 1 roasted French Mendiant? I might have butchered that. You let me know. And that's it on that one. And this was from June 2024. So a little higher proof on this one. A lot more, it seems, of the French Cuvée seared staves. So that's interesting. Okay. So let's go ahead and dive in. I'll pull and talk about what I get on each of the noses first, and then we'll dive into the palate. So we'll start with the old label first. Oh, wow. That smells like cranberries. Cranberry frosting, but cranberries and frosting. Oh, wow. That smells like a Weller product. That is so familiar smelling. Very approachable. But yeah, I get a lot of cranberry and like a cream cheese frosting. That kind of sounds weird, but yeah, that's all I'm getting through and through on the nose on this one. Okay. Smells great. That smells delicious. All right, let's smell the new. Wow, that smells like straight up caramel and honey. Wow, that smells like a dessert. Oh yeah, that is caramel through and through. Like a caramel brownie. Almost like a, I don't get any coffee on there, but some of those Starbucks drinks that are just way over the top, it's like that. You smell that maybe with that caramel drizzle on top of the foam. You kind of get that. So this one definitely, the new one smells a lot sweeter than this one. I didn't think you can get much sweeter, but it did it. So let's go for the palate. Let's start with the old label. Okay, that's great. It's good. I don't think it's the best finish. The notes I'm getting on here, there's a little bit of like a toasted pecan note, which is different. It's very approachable. There is a little bit of a burn. I'm feeling some burn coming down that Kentucky hug is kind of hitting right now. It's tasty, really good. Let me go back for another sip here. Oh yeah, that's like a pecan pie. There is a little bit of chocolate, like a dark chocolate note on the very, very back end of the palate. But it is warm. Wow, you can really, like, if you're sitting outside, maybe it's cold out, this thing will hug you. This will keep you warm. That's a toasty one. Really tasty, and I'm just looking at what they had, the mocha. There we go. That makes sense. The roasted French mocha. I think that's probably what I'm picking up on is that, kind of the pecan, but also some of the dark chocolate notes on the very back end. Okay, let's go ahead and move to the new label. Okay, let's go in for the palate. Oh, man. Yep. I might already give the crown to that one. That is really, really good. It is sweet. It's buttery. There's almost like a donut, like a glazed donut-esque like flavor to it. There is no burn at all. Great mouthfeel. A little bit of a watering, but there is a little bit of a drying note on it. But it's not bad. It doesn't deter me from the pour. It's just very light, a little bit of drying. But that's really good. Let me go back to it. Oh, yeah. Yep, that's the one. That, as far as a palate goes, that's blowing this one out of the water side by side. I'd want to see how this one performs in a blind. This one's been open a little while. This one is a fresh crack. And I'll have to see how this one opens as well. But this finish here, the 6 French Cuvée, 3 Maker's Mark 46, and then the French Mendiant. I don't know what that is, but whatever it is, that is really, really good. That, from a taste perspective, is a phenomenal weeder. Like, that is a great wheated bourbon. So, I mean, if I obviously, have both of these, I wouldn't be mad with either one. This one's just it sips a little hotter, which is surprising being it's 2 proof points lower at 108 versus the 110. But I think the finishes and so Makers with the new labels, and obviously their bottle style has further changed since what you're seeing here. A lot of the bottles look like the cellar aged and the lost recipe now. But they continue to innovate. I think having this pick, both of these, like, it's fun to see their progression. And this is kind of why I wanted to do that head to head, was to see, have they changed from, obviously the bottles have changed. Now we go to this new one. Has the juice changed as well? Obviously, like I said, it's going to vary. So if you go out and pick one of these up, take a look at the staves. I'm not a huge mocha. Again, I like the dark chocolate. It's not always going to be my thing. So I think this finishing series makes a little more sense. I do appreciate how transparent Makers is with these, but really impressed with this bottle. This one's going to have to take the L today, but had a lot of fun tasting these and just trying to pull and see. So let me know your thoughts. If you have an old Makers pick that you love, if you have a new one that you think is great, maybe some of the finishes, I mean, they're all different. So, but if you've had one that is a standout, I'd love to know and hear about it. So that way, as I can, continue to purchase and find these picks, I'm able to make a smart decision, based on the wood stay finishing. So, as always, I appreciate you watching the video. We will catch you on the next one. Cheers.